My name is Andre V, and I'm the founder of Parcel Locker Central. And today I'm talking with Christian Secci about the HiveBox IPO. Hi, Christian. How are you doing?
Hi, Andre. All good, all good. In this part of the world, so many things happening fast. All good.
Yes, but let's dive into that immediately, because this is actually the breaking news. So we are talking about the IPO of the biggest parcel locker network of the world. With 30,000 locations in one company, and it's going to be public soon in Hong Kong.
Yeah, let's see if they will finalize the IPO. For now, they just publish a draft of the application. The document is also redacted. So let's see if they will pursue the IPO or not. But it's for sure is interesting to watch.
But for sure, this is sort of the biggest merger in last mile delivery so far. Inpost has been the biggest when they listed in was it Warsaw Stock Exchange
in Amsterdam.
In Amsterdam.
In
yes.
Amsterdam,
Okay.
in January 2021. Inpost was listed before in Warsaw.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. Okay.
And then it was delisted. Right? When Advent, they bought the 90%, they delisted, and then they listed again in 2021. Even Inpost did a lot of up and down. Right? It was a roller coaster.
Yeah, but let's say talking about
we know how the story is unfolding, right? Of Inpost. It's an amazing success case. Probably is one of the carriers that is growing year on year at an amazing rate.
It is, but still they have, for my knowledge, 37,000 location all around Europe, and now with HiveBox we are talking 330,000. We are talking tenfold bigger network than Inpost was, and Inpost valuation when they listed was, I guess, $9 billion already. So what could be the valuation of the HiveBox now? It's a tremendous amount of money.
Yeah, I think Inpost was listed around $8.9 billion, and as of today, I think the market cap is still 9.2 billion. So they listed, the price went down, and then they recovered the initial valuation, and they have 37,000 locker plus around 32,000 parcel stores, parcel shop, right? Because acquiring money relates. So they have 60,000. So if you consider locker plus parcel shops, they have around 7,000 locations. I would say that HiveBox network is 5-6 times bigger than Inpost.
This is sort of the numbers I can't even imagine. But one question that arises for me, in a sense, that if they are going to IPO, then there is going to be no strategic investor anymore. Or what is the information you are having? Right now, SF Express is the major shareholder, and they stay as the biggest shareholder after the IPO. Or is there also talks about any other big investor who would like to back the deal?
Yes. So the owner of SF Express is the largest shareholder of HiveBox, right? But there are also another 13 institutional shareholders, including HSBC and Sequoia Capital and other investors, and China Post, because in 2020, HiveBox acquired China Post network with 94,000 locations. But you're right, the majority shareholder is the owner of SF Express, that is one of the largest carrier in China and in Asia Pacific. Last year or 2 years ago, they acquired also the majority of Carry Logistic network. So 2 carrier. And then he has also other two listed company. One is SF Intracity Industrial, and the other one is SF Real Estate Investment Trust. So there are like carrier company behind this network, but the network is open to all the carrier in China. And actually, in the beginning, the shareholder of HiveBox, they were other carrier like ZTO, STO, and then GLP, Global Logistic Properties. But then they all divested, except SF and China Post, and they joined now network that is owned by Alibaba group. That Cainiao, they have around 130,000 pick-up and drop-off point location in China. It's a mix of parcel stores and lockers. Their strategy is a bit different, considering the nature of the packages, right? Because majority of the packages going to Cainiao network are Alibaba parcel and Taobao parcel, so that they are quite big, right? So because people, they buy on Taobao and they consolidate, right, to save on shipping costs. So they have large parcel that they don't fit into the locker, so they open mainly parcel shop. It's an interesting space. I would say, China is a different beast. It's a market that behaves differently from European markets or from US markets.
And talking about that, as I understood, the HiveBox business model is a little bit different than the ordinary agnostic network in Europe. I understood that the customers are sort of renting the compartments when the parcel is arriving, and it depends on the time how long the parcel is there.
So in the beginning, in the first few years, HiveBox was only charging the carriers. Every time a carrier drop a parcel into an HiveBox locker, they pay a small fee. We're talking about few cents of US dollar, okay? But then probably in 2020, during COVID, HiveBox realized that the utilization of the locker was skyrocketing, and they wanted to push for a faster turnaround, push customers to collect faster. And also they were losing money, so they were thinking how to monetize the network, right? Because the fee from the carrier, they were not enough. Then what they did, they introduced a model of subscription per month, okay? And we're talking about less than $1 per month subscription, okay? And then if you subscribe to the service, typically your parcel can stay in the locker around 7 days. If you don't subscribe to the locker, after 12 hours, in the beginning, then they changed to 18 hours, they charge the consumer, right, to collect the parcel. So they were still charging the carrier, and then they charged the receiver. But then they had really a backlash from the consumer. First of all, poor communication. They didn't announce properly. Second, Chinese consumers are very price sensitive, and they were saying, why I have to pay for my parcel stay in the locker when the courier is to deliver to my home? But since the courier, they were paying, and the consumer, they were not paying, the consumer, they didn't say anything, because the courier just go to the locker, was more convenient. Consumer was at the down, but they were not charged. So, okay, they can collect the parcel from the locker. When they start to charge the consumer, first after 12 hours, and then they changed to 18, then people, they start to complain. There were some locations they were cutting the plug, the electricity from the locker. And then luckily they were able to implement this pricing, and so the consumer, they are charged. The consumer that they are not subscribed on a monthly basis, they are charged a fee after 18 hours, and we are talking about 7 cents of US dollar. And then every 12 hours, they'll charge an extra fee for a maximum of 50 cents of US dollar. So the maximum you can pay is 50 cents as a receiver if you are not subscribing. There's no free lunch in this world. Sooner or later, someone has to pay. I think it's correct that a bit the carrier pay because they enjoy the efficiency, and also the consumer that they enjoy the convenience. And in such a big market where they move billions, hundreds of billion packages per year, I think a solution like lockers or parcel shop are a necessity.
Absolutely. I really love this model because, as you rightly said, in a sense that every party is involved, there is carrier incentive to enjoy this cheaper delivery, and customer is incentivized to keep the parcel as few days as possible in the locker. So everybody is incentivized in the right place.
For the carrier, there is a big incentive because, travel cities are built in vertical, right? So skyscrapers. So every time you have to go to deliver a parcel, let's say that you're going to a building and you have to deliver 5 parcels in 5 different floors, it can take between 2 to 4 minutes per parcel, right? To deliver 5 packages in one condominium, skyscraper, you take like 20 minutes. Meanwhile, you go to the locker, 4 packages in less than probably 1 minute. So there is a big incentive for carrier. And that they were enjoying that because the carriers say, okay, they don't have to ask to receiver. Shall I put the parcel in the locker? Meanwhile, in Europe, the receiver select. We have to receive the parcel at checkout, right? So at checkout, you find the location of the parcel shop or locker, or you decide for home delivery. In China, the receiver wasn't selecting where to receive the parcel. It's the courier deciding, I live in the locker because there is a locker in every building. So it's also convenient for. But then when they start to charge the receiver, things change. And it was interesting to see. But now you see they developed this subscription model, $1 per month. It's not bad to enjoy that kind of convenience.
Let's talk finally also about their financial results. I don't have the numbers right here, but they have been in mentionable loss in latest year. But this year, first 6 months were profitable first time. So they have managed to turn the company into the plus side. So my question is, do you think is it sort of window dressing to look the company nicer before the IPO, or have they managed to turn with those business model changes the company really into the profitable cycle?
So first of all, I'm not a financial analyst. I'm not recommending any investment. Let's clarify these. Let's look at the numbers. For sure, so they receive $1 billion and 100 million US dollar of investment, right? This is huge, humongous amount as investment. And the last valuation was around 3 billion US dollar. Then in terms of revenue, what they did, so they grew from 390 million in 2021 to 536 million in 2023, right? So they were able to grow in terms of revenue. If you consider the number of parcels, they have 6 billion parcels in 2021, 5.8 billion in 2022, and 6.4 in 2023. So the number of parcels, more or less, you have a compounded growth around 3.5% between 2021 and 2023. But in terms of revenue, they had a biggest growth, and the net loss decreased from $219 million in 2021 to 75 million in 2022. Then in 2024, as the end of May, so in the first 5 months, they have an operating net profit of 30 million US dollar, but not using or using non international financial reporting standards. So if you use international financial reporting standard, the dynamic is still losing money, right? That is true that IRFS standard used also to explain investors, a different perspective of the company. Some of the documents are still redacted. Probably when they will file the IPO, they officialize the IPO, then we'll consider the real number, because I think they need to use IFRS standard, because in Hong Kong we use IFRS, and they are going to file for IPO in the Hong Kong main board, Hong Kong Stock Exchange. So let's see. For now, it's impressive the way that they were able to reduce the losses, right? So meaning that they are increasing the gross margin per parcel, they are more efficient, they were able to cut costs. And another interesting thing I noticed from the number is about return. So returns, they need to charge dynamically either the e-commerce platform or the consumer, and they had 114 million return in 2021, 141 in 2022, and 233 million return in 2023. So they had a compounded growth of around 40-something% for the return, meaning that probably they are able to capitalize on that revenue stream. And then another interesting fact is that so in 2024, 40% in the first 5 months, right? So 40% of the revenue are coming from delivery of parcels, so the carrier paying HiveBox. But 36% are coming from returns. And in 2023, the return, they were 23%. So it means that they're really capitalizing on the fee for the return. And then they still have value-added services, advertisement. In 2024, they were around 22%. So they've the revenue diversified. I think they are finding the way. I mean, these people know what they are doing, right? The main shareholder is also the main shareholder of SF, one of the largest carrier. They are super efficient. But if you consider Inpost, the number of Inpost, they have 1/5, 1/6 of the network, 500 million revenue, but they are more profitable. The Inpost has an amazing EBIT. So in China, to make money is more difficult, because everything is, the margin and the revenue and the gross profit are lesser than the one that Inpost is doing. Let's see. I'm excited about this IPO, because to see, then we can compare smart local operator in Europe like Inpost, right, that is operating in 9 markets, and then we will see the largest in the world operating in China. They have a small international presence in Thailand with few hundred locations, but I'm sure that after the IPO they will look into probably Vietnam, Indonesia, Malaysia. In Malaysia, there is already a company, the Locker. In Indonesia, we have a joint venture with local courier. These markets, I think, they are not ready to scale as big as China yet, but in the future, Southeast Asia e-commerce is going to grow, labor cost is going to grow, so it'll be a very, very interesting space to watch. So maybe we'll see a lot of acquisition, joint venture done by HiveBox SF in Southeast Asia.
Absolutely, I think this is very fascinating IPO for two reasons. First of all, again, there is a lot of information. They have used different business models that are not used so much in Europe. So I think it's a very good sort of case study for European operators to see how to incentivize the market. And then for sure, the second thing is this is the biggest parcel locker network in the world that will be privatized now, and this is definitely sort of a landmark in our industry for the upcoming years, also for the Europe.
It's a private network. It's going to be public. It's the opposite, not privatized. They're going to bring it public. So that will be very, very, very interesting to see, right? Because then they need to disclose all the number and figure. In terms of business model, they are doing also offering laundry services in the 125 facilities and thousands of local communities that they serve. The revenue from advertisement on the local, on the e-commerce platform, for sure is an interesting IPO to watch. And in this interesting network to watch because, they need to find a way to make it profitable and continue to scale the network in a sustainable way. And the numbers are just huge. Everything that is related to China is always big numbers.
Thank you, Christian. I think I really loved it. This is almost all new information for me and probably also to our viewers. So thank you, Christian, again. And let's keep an eye on that process. Let's make an update on the road when the things are more clear.
Thank you, Andre. Always good to chat with you. And let's see how this IPO will unfold. Bye.